that matter most. Those are the days that separate the champions from the also-rans. Those are the days when pushing yourself makes the biggest difference. I want to tell you about the incredible power of incremental improvement. You don't have to become perfect overnight. You don't have to transform your entire life in a week. You just have to get a little bit better every day. You just have to push yourself a little bit further every day. The compound effect of these small improvements will amaze you. If you improve just 1% every day, you'll be 37 times better in 1 year. That's the power of consistency. That's the power of pushing yourself regularly instead of occasionally. That's the power of making small improvements that add up to massive transformations. But most people don't understand this. They want instant results. They want overnight success. They want to change their lives without changing themselves. They want the rewards of discipline without the pain of discipline. They want to make it happen without pushing themselves to make it happen. That's not how life works. That's not how success works. Success is earned, not given. Excellence is achieved, not inherited. Greatness is developed, not discovered. And all these things require you to push yourself beyond what you think is possible. Let me ask you a question. What's the biggest goal you have right now? What's the one thing that, if you accomplished it, would make you feel like you had truly pushed yourself and made something happen? I want you to think about that goal for a moment. Now, let me ask you another question. What's stopping you from achieving that goal? Is it lack of knowledge? Is it lack of resources? Is it lack of time? Or is it lack of commitment to push yourself consistently toward that goal? In most cases, it's the latter. Most people have access to the information they need. Most people have access to the resources they need. Most people have access to the time they need. What they don't have is the commitment to push themselves consistently toward their goals. They start strong, but they don't finish strong. They get excited in the beginning, but they lose steam in the middle. They make promises to themselves, but they don't keep them. They have good intentions, but they don't have the discipline to follow through. But that doesn't have to be you. You can be different. You can be the person who pushes themselves when others quit. You can be the person who keeps going when others give up. You can be the person who makes it happen when others make excuses. The key is to understand that pushing yourself is not about perfection. It's about progression. It's not about never failing. It's about never giving up. It's not about being the best. It's about being better than you were yesterday. Every time you push yourself, you win. Even if you don't achieve the specific outcome you were aiming for, you win because you become stronger. You become more confident. You become more capable. You become the kind of person who pushes themselves, and that's the most valuable thing you can become. I want you to understand something about failure. Failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is part of success. Every successful person has failed more times than unsuccessful people have even tried. The difference is that successful people don't let failure stop them. They let failure teach them. When you push yourself, you're going to fail sometimes. You're going to fall short of your goals. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to feel discouraged. But that's not a reason to stop pushing yourself. That's a reason to keep pushing yourself. That's how you develop resilience. That's how you develop character. That's how you develop the strength to handle bigger challenges and achieve bigger goals. Think about it this way. Every time you push yourself and fail, you learn something valuable. You learn what doesn't work. You learn where your weaknesses are. You learn how to do better next time. You learn that failure is not fatal. You learn that you're stronger than you thought you were. But if you never push yourself, you never learn these lessons. You never develop this strength. You never discover what you're truly capable of. You stay safe, but you also stay small. You avoid failure, but you also avoid success. The question you have to ask yourself is this: would you rather fail while pursuing something great or succeed at something mediocre? Would you rather push yourself and risk disappointment or play it safe and guarantee regret? I can tell you from experience that regret weighs much more than failure. The pain of discipline weighs ounces, but the pain of regret weighs tons. The pain of pushing yourself is temporary, but the pain of not pushing yourself is permanent. So how do you develop the ability to push yourself consistently? How do you build the mental strength to be done this to be done when it needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not? First, you have to develop a compelling vision for your life. You have to know what you're pushing yourself toward. You have to have a clear picture of the person you want to become and the life you want to live. Without a compelling vision, pushing yourself becomes just hard work. With a compelling vision, pushing yourself becomes an investment in your dreams. Your vision has to be bigger than your current circumstances. It has to be more powerful than your current limitations. It has to be more compelling than your current comfort zone. It has to pull you forward even when everything else is pushing you backward. Second, you have to develop strong reasons why your vision matters to you. You have to connect your goals to your values. You have to understand not just what you want to achieve, but why you want to achieve it. Your reasons why will sustain you when the going gets tough. Your reasons why will push you when you don't feel like pushing yourself. Third, you have to develop the discipline of daily action. You have to commit to doing something every day that moves you closer to your goals. It doesn't have to be something big. It just has to be something. Consistency is more important than intensity. Daily disciplines compound over time to produce extraordinary results. Fourth, you have to surround yourself with people who will push you to be your best. You have to distance yourself from people who accept mediocrity and embrace people who demand excellence. You become like the people you spend the most time with, so make sure you're spending time with people who will challenge you to grow. Fifth, you have to develop the habit of celebrating your progress. You have to acknowledge every step forward, no matter how small. You have to recognize that pushing yourself is worthy of celebration regardless of the outcome. When you celebrate progress, you reinforce the behavior that creates progress. Sixth, you have to learn to push yourself even when you don't see immediate results. Success is rarely linear. Progress is rarely visible in the short term. Most people quit right before they're about to break through because they can't see the progress they're making. But if you keep pushing yourself consistently, the breakthrough will come. The truth is that most of your growth happens in the invisible moments. Most of your strength is built when nobody is watching. Most of your character is developed when you choose to push yourself even though nobody would know if you didn't. This is what separates those who make it happen from those who wait for it to happen. This is what separates those who create their destiny from those who accept their circumstances. This is what separates the extraordinary from the ordinary. Let me tell you something that might surprise you. The world needs you to push yourself. The world needs you to discover what you're capable of. The world needs you to make your unique contribution. The world needs you to become the person you were designed to be. You have gifts that nobody else has. You have experiences that nobody else has had. You have perspectives that nobody else can offer. You have a combination of talents, skills, and abilities that is completely unique to you. But none of that matters if you don't push yourself to develop it and share it with the world. Think about the people who have made the biggest impact on your life. I guarantee you that every one of them pushed themselves beyond what was comfortable. They pushed themselves to learn new things, to develop new skills, to take risks, to serve others, to make a difference. They didn't settle for average. They pushed themselves to be exceptional. Now think about this. Someone is waiting for you to push yourself. Someone is waiting for you to become the person you're capable of becoming. Someone needs what you have to offer, but they can't receive it until you push yourself to develop it and share it. Maybe it's your children who need to see an example of what it looks like to push yourself toward your dreams. Maybe it's your spouse who needs you to become the partner you're capable of being. Maybe it's your employees who need a leader who will push them to achieve their potential. Maybe it's your community that needs someone who will push themselves to make a positive difference. Whoever it is, they're counting on you. They need you to push yourself. They need you to make it happen. They need you to become the person you were meant to be. But even if nobody else needed you to push yourself, you would still need to do it for yourself. You would still need to do it because that's how you honor the life you've been given. That's how you maximize the time you have on this earth. That's how you avoid the regret of knowing you could have been more but chose to settle for less. You see, at the end of your life, you won't regret the times you pushed yourself. You won't regret the risks you took, the challenges you faced, the goals you pursued. You'll regret the times you didn't push yourself. You'll regret the opportunities you missed, the dreams you abandoned, the potential you left undeveloped. So here's my challenge to you, starting today. Commit to pushing yourself. Commit to doing one thing every day that challenges you to grow.